Hey guys, it is Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful projects from start to finish with easy to follow guides. And as promised, I'm here today to Chris-ify the last layout from the 90-day bootcamp. Scrap your story. And if you're not in boot camp and you're interested in just maybe a kickstart to get scrapbooking again, or just some creative inspiration, make sure to click on the link that's in the description of the video. The boot camp is absolutely free to attend. There is like a supporting PDF tutorial if you're interested, but it's not required. You can just use the group as inspiration and follow along and all of those fun things. So I am teaching, there's 4 bootcamp coaches, and we're each teaching 3 2-page layouts. And actually this week is my last layout coming up for bootcamp. I'm going to show that to you in 1 second. But that's Thursday at 4 p.m. Central Time. So if you're interested, make sure to join the group and come and watch. The more the merrier. Ask all the questions, all of those fun things. It's been super fun. It's hard to believe, like when it starts, like 90 days you think is going to take like forever, and I can hardly believe that like I'm in potentially, well, this is my last week of teaching, and we've only got like one more class after this. So kind of crazy. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask as we go. I will try and answer them. There's a pretty good delay on comments these days, but if I don't see it live, don't worry, I'll come back and answer it later. Okay, so I'm going to show you some fun things. So like I said, I've taken some time and I've recreated 2 of the layouts from the other coaches. And my goal was kind of to redo one from every coach. So today I'm going to do my last remake, and it'll be on Rosemarie's layout. And I've noted the layout and all of that in the description of the video, but I'm sure you will figure it out as I explain it. But I thought, so first off, I thought I'll show you the layouts I've recreated so far. So let me add my desk in here. Okay, and maybe we'll turn up a little bit more light. It'll just take a second for the lights to kind of correct themselves. Okay, so the first layout that I recreated was one of Rhonda's layouts. Like I said, my goal was to kind of to recreate one layout from each of the other coaches. And like I said, we each did 3. So this was, I think, actually the first layout she taught. But obviously, like when we did boot camp, we picked like a curated group of products, and all our layouts were featuring the on the go suite. And so what I attempted to do with Chris-ifying the layouts was to just show you some alternative ways to use that exact same resource. So this was my first recreation, and then last week I recreated this one, and this was based off of one of Angie's layouts. And then today, like I said, I'm going to recreate Rosemarie's layout. It was her first layout in the boot camp, and it was called Keys to My Heart. And today I'm going to recreate it, but I'm going to use celebratory sips to recreate it. And I've made like some adaptions, and that is kind of what I wanted to kind of just talk to you about today as I put this together. I'll show you some of the places that I switched things up, and I'll tell you why. But also, don't be afraid to use a resource that you already have, or get in the future to use again. And so that was one of the real purposes that I started this series, was that I wanted to show you that the value of the 90-day tutorials. was that you could use them again and again. So this is kind of my plan here. I'm going to show you really quickly how I switch things up. So a few ways. So she has 2x2 photos here, I believe, and I wanted larger photos because I'm actually going to use this one also for my daughter's wedding shower. Yeah, her wedding shower photos. Oh my goodness. So I wanted them to be a little bit bigger, and so she had 2x2s here and then a 4x6, and so I left the 4x6 and I'm going to do 3x3s, and then I actually have added another strip of paper in here. There's just like a skinny strip of paper, and I'm going to extend this out a little bit. And then on this side, she has paper at the top, which I'm going to do, but I switched out. She's got 3x3s, and I love 3x4s and 4x3s because it's the same aspect ratio as a 4x6 photograph. So it's super easy to just leave your photo. You get your whole photo. And as we get better at taking photos, I think there's less to crop out of a photo. And because I did know that this was going to be the wedding shower photographs, I do know that there's not a lot to crop out of the photos. Like lots of them were not professionally taken, but very specifically taken to show certain things or people. So there's like not a ton to crop out of them. So I did change these to 3x4s, but I left these ones at the bottom, all 4x3s, and they were matted. And she left it on the white, and I'm going to add a layer of paper. And then I have the same kind of banner down the middle. But like I said, I wanted to add another strip of the Secret C in here because I love the dark against all the bright colors. So there we go. And then I have used the embossing folder from Secret Garden. Oh my goodness. No, but see, there's gardens in it. So it's glass and gardens embossing folders, right? And so this is the glass, and then this is the garden. And actually, I could have done that too. But I just ran the edge of the cloud cover through the embossing folder before I cut them out. You could do it the opposite way. I wasn't not really worried about it getting flattened out because I was going to add layers on top of it anyway. But you can see I've just kind of done it on the edge. And we're going to add our title here, A Day to Remember. And that's from Celebrate Together. And I love this stamp set. I use it and use it and use it. So I've used it on tons of projects, things you'll see coming up in the near future, etc. Okay, so we're going to start with this side first because I always do. I don't know. You know, that's just the way we roll around here. Okay, and so one of the other things I did do, so we're going to keep kind of our clusters in kind of the same spot. So I'm going to put my title up here though, and I'm going to have a little cluster over here. And I actually think I might add like a little bit of journaling here. So I'm not going to maybe complete this little cluster right here. And I double matted this photo to draw attention to it. So the photo, like I said, is a 4x6. You could do it bigger. I think you could probably very easily put a 5x7 in this spot too. So, and like I said, I double matted it. And so I picked the new Strawberry Slush for the mats on all my 3x3s. And so I do that for my first mat. And then we have Blackberry Bliss second mat. And I did this, because I really wanted to draw attention to this photo. And B, the double matting also will tie, the Blackberry Bliss will tie it into the other side. So, and then I did fussy cut out some drinks. So, but let's get our basin here. And I love this piece of paper with like the watercolor rectangles. I was going to say squares, but they're not really squares. You guys, I have done so much with this suite. It is crazy. I love it. I think it's because it's like all the fun, bright colors. My celebratory sips workshop, actually, the blog post just went live today. So if you're looking for more inspiration, make sure to jump over to my blog, which is chrisscreativelife.com. And there's a whole blog post up for that workshop. Okay, and then the Secret C piece. So, right, I wanted to kind of like not fence it in, but I wanted the nice dark contrast of the Secret C here. Okay, so then my 3 photos. We can do them just like that. And I think like the theme, right, of the celebratory sips are so universal, right? There's so many like little things or big things that we celebrate. And it doesn't even really need to be a celebration. It could just be a fun day. So like I said, I do plan on putting some more of the photos from my daughter's shower on here, but I didn't put my photos because not everybody wants their photo on camera all of the time. So Hannah's fine with it, but probably not all of her guests would be. Okay, so let's see what I did with that. I do not see my everyday arches. Oh, yeah. So my thought was I cut one, but I think I want it smaller than this to add the journaling. So we're just going to, we'll start at the top. How about that? And get kind of our title in here. And right, a day to remember, that could be like so many things, right? So, and I think we should pop this up. So I just want to kind of get the groundwork in then, and then we'll add some of the details. So here we go. So I think I want kind of that same border with my journaling. So like I said, I think I'm not going to finish the little cluster at the bottom because the one I cut I think is too big still. So but I can still add it in, and then I'll add like the journaling box on top after. So, and I'll just like temporarily put this here. Actually, maybe I'll just temporarily put this down so you can kind of get the idea. But like I said, I think I want to put one smaller, and I'll put some journaling lines on there. And so for our cups, I have 2 cups. And do this one, and then I'm going to pop the other one up. Dimensionals. There we go. And for sure, we're going to use those new flat pearls on this layout because I might be slightly addicted. So there's new flat pearls for 2025 to 2027. And then all the new in colors for the next 2 years. And I have to say, they're my favorite sparkle. Oh no. Hold, please. Good thing we got like a backup package there. Okay, so now let's rough in the right hand side. So I did 3 of these, right? 1 for the title and then 1 for each cluster. And I'm going to add our drinks like that. And so I repeated, right? Like I said, she has like this little stripe down the middle. So I kind of repeated the same. And then I did add this layer into the bottom. So let's just see here how much paper I ended up with. Okay. So I think my quick math. So everything is 11 inches across. So we're like 1 inch from each side. And I love that there's in this collection that there's like the nice bold prints, and then but then there's the nice, like they're still bold but just a pattern, right? So again, right, I repeated the same stripes and brought them over to the other side with the Secret C and the Timid Tiger diagonal stripe. And for anybody that actually purchased the PDF tutorials from me. I will be sending also the recipe sheet for this layout. And then they're like all together, all the freebies that I did extra will come as like a single PDF. I'll probably do that once I add this to it. Because like I said, there's the 2 other ones that I created. And then there's a couple of other fun little things that I've added. Okay, there we go. So, like I said, we have this kind of action happening here. Okay. So I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, and I'm going to keep them just a little bit away from the edge so that I can tuck my photos onto the photo mats when I have them. Printed. And I think the shower photos, I don't think I had those printed yet. All the wedding ones that, there we go. There, perfect. Okay, now so same thing, right? When I picked the cups and glasses, I tried to keep them kind of in all of the colors from the papers that I was using on the layout. So oh, maybe I'll use one of these. Let's see if I have. Well, I have that one. I don't think. Oh, look, there we go. There's my everyday arches. So yes, I think I will cut out after this one a little bit smaller. And then that's funny because now my stamp set's not in there. Here we go. Okay, so I wonder if what a day. Oh, it will fit, I think. Okay, and the other thing is I've been stamping everything with Secret C. I absolutely love that color for all of my stamping. It's like super dark, but it's not black. And that's what I did the A Day to Remember on the other page. Super cute. And I love that it kind of they just kind of tuck in. Okay, so put that up there. Okay, so look at all these fun things I have in here. So I have extras because I kept everything that I've been playing with. So we need to add just a few more little things here. Where's my other layout? Oh, here we go. So I have green over here and I have nothing green on this side. So we are going to add something green from my little bucket here. So see all these goodies? I've kept like everything. So let's add a strawberry because we can. And maybe I'll do cherries down there. Then I even cut out the flowers. Like some of them, not all of them, obviously. But I'm trying to get down to something green. Don't know that that's it. I think I want like, yes, maybe one of these limes. Like that. And then some of these flowers. Oh, maybe I'll do this instead. Okay, we might have to move this slightly, so I'm just twisting it off. And I love this little lime. It's an orange slice. So I'm actually going to put it on that side. There we go. Oh, yes, love it. Okay. So here we go. Final touches. Okay. I'll add the orange slice up there. You guys, I'm sad this series is coming to an end. This has been fun. You know that I love just taking something that I haven't created and just switching it up a little bit. And I love the little strawberry here. I'm wondering if maybe we'll do both strawberries, I think. So one, I can add like that. And one I will add flat. And then our flower. Okay. And so I can't finish down here just yet. Like I said, I think I need one smaller than this one. Or maybe even just like that. Let's just cut that. There we go. So we might as well finish it. And then, okay, if you guys have not played with the new pens, here's my little plug. I love, love, love them. So you all know I love to make journaling boxes. And a good pen makes all the difference. So let's just push this up out of the way. And I'll just grab my ruler. I'm just going to stick this down. And I can line it up with the lines on my glass mat. And okay, this one doesn't really have any lines left in it, but we're going to try this because it was the handiest one. So I just want 1, 2, 3 lines, I think. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Okay, so let's just add some gems and we'll call this one done. I have a little flower over here.
So it should read 30/5 or something near that. So 0, 0 is a pretty clear indicator that this guy's bad. I mean, clearly now that it's got the capacitor in there, it's almost like 5 minutes of oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to be plugging in my gauges now just to make sure the refrigerant charge is good in there. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, guys, so there is the third layout, Chris-ified. And so I'll show you the other ones, right? So here was the one that was Angie's, and then here was the one that was Rhonda's, and then I'll show you, this is the layout I'll actually be teaching on Thursday in the 90-day boot camp, and we're going to do a little optional interactive element. So if you guys are interested, make sure to jump on over and join the 90-day boot camp. And that's what I've got for you guys today. I hope you have an awesome day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.